Nigeria currently ranks as the 146th position in the World Bank Group's 2019 Doing Business Index, which ranks 190 countries on the ease of doing business within their borders. Although that's a drop from 145 in 2017, it is still a marked improvement for an economy rising from a record low of 169 in 2016. Movements in Nigeria's ease of doing business rankings are currently largely tied to the efforts of the country's Presidential Enabling Business Environmental Council, PEBEC, a government structure set up to remove bureaucratic constraints to doing business in Nigeria. In 2018, an association of Nigerian exporters commended the Oil and Gas Free Zones Authority, saying it ranked first among the 44 government agencies in the implementation of the PEBEC's Ease of Doing Business strategies. So, what did the OGFZA do differently?
Simply put, it's compliance. Compliance with the guidelines on implementation. A guideline for implementation was released, and then part of it was that agencies should have functional websites. They should also meet with government agencies through whom they interface on the behalf of their clients, and this OGZFA did. First of all, we had a tripartite meeting with the Nigerian Customs and the Nigerian Immigration Service. These two agencies are key in our interfacing for our licenses. Customs release the goods, and then the Immigration Service ensures the free zone status of licenses and their staff. So we had this meeting with them, during which we reached an understanding. What is called the service level agreement was reached, that our requests on behalf of our licensees to these agencies must be attended to within 24 hours. So the normal delays we used to experience are not there anymore since we had this service level agreement with the customs, and it's been working well for all. Our clients are happy.
The incentives are primarily contained in two sections of the Act, Sections 8 and Sections 18 of our Act. Sections 8 provides that licensed investors are exempted from the payment of federal, state, local government taxes, rates, and levies. And then Section 18 further goes to expand to say, apart from that, further to that, investors are entitled to bring in their employees, foreign employees, without limit. Though we have capped that, now we are discussing with the Nigerian Content Development Board to see how we can moderate that area by virtue of, because we are talking about creation of jobs now, to see that we don't shortchange our investors and at the same time we don't deprive Nigerians from getting the jobs by virtue of that provisions.
Do these efforts translate to returns for the organization? And who benefits the most from the OGFZA's compliance with the principles of ease of doing business? The OGFZA's head of finance and planning, Simon Akpadaka, says the Nigerian government's doing business mandate aligns with the organization's 6 strategic goals, one of which is to create an enabling business environment.
There is a positive relationship between the ease of doing business and the bottom line. And it's also fall in line with strategic goals.
Yes.
One of them is the enabling business environment. I think that's the number one. The fourth one there is operational efficiencies. These two, if you look at it, they actually fall in line with the ease of doing business.
Prior to the issuance of the executive order, the new management organized a retreat for staff and management of the authority in January 2017, after which the roadmap was drawn. And it's targeted at improving the service delivery capacity of the authority. We believe that if we can improve and enhance service delivery capacity of the authority, then our investors will get service very promptly. And that is key in that sector, prompt service.
Customs provisions for zero duty on all equipment that will be brought in to the zone for the purposes of that business that you want to do. Consumables can be brought in, that is under Section 12. Items can be brought in for the use and consumption within the zone only. Like now, if you are within the zone and you want to construct a building or a facility, you are free to bring in all the other finishing materials like your tiles, your marbles, as long as it is going to be used completely within the zone.
Our operational efficiency is being worked on a daily basis, and we are using technology to drive our operation, which is actually increasing our efficiency. We apply technology to drive the efficiency of operation. What we use basically is ERP, which is the Enterprise Resource Planning software that we use in connecting various departments together, such that the finance department can work seamlessly with the operations department, the registry department. We have the module for the operation and that of registry. They are all seamlessly linked.
OGZFA has also uploaded a website, and on that website we complied with the directive that you upload a list of services you render and the prices they attract, so that whoever is going to deal with us already knows what's the cost of the service he or she is requesting for.
And with that, I think we provide services that are competitive with any other free zone in the world.
We are able to track free zone goods as they are coming into the zone, right from the manifest till the delivery stage. We keep track of it. So along the line, we'll find out that even for some of our licenses, they rely on our record to track their own goods.
Aside from the ease of doing business, Nigeria has also prioritized diversification of its economy away from oil. The OGFZA says by positioning itself to compete with its global counterparts to attract investments into the country, it is enabling the transfer of skills while improving the efficiency of operations, thereby acting as a vehicle for diversification of the Nigerian economy.
Within the oil and gas sector, there's diversification taking place. It's not just about, what do I mean? It's not just about exporting crude oil. It is also about value addition. There are, what's it called? Other products that can actually come on board using the oil and gas sector. I think we have the fertilizer, the notori free zone, which is focused on the production of fertilizers. So those are more like oil and gas byproducts springing out to be a big industry of their own.
The OGFZA says its medium to long-term plan, a part of its 3-year roadmap, actually includes attaining independence as a self-funding government agency. while maintaining that they are getting results, the authority insists it will not stop as it aspires to continue to redimension and hold its position among global free trade zones and further impact Nigeria's economy.
The OGZFA plans to be self-funding. We also decided to create an enabling environment for staff as a way of getting them to improve their output.
Self-funding simply means that we are not going to be drawing from the federal budget. We will be more like self-sufficient in terms of depending on our internally generated revenue. We are moving in that direction. I think it's a bold step in the right direction for us.
Free zones are a catalyst for development. The cost of doing business in our free zones now, in the oil and gas free zones, have been reduced very drastically. And this has encouraged a lot of investors to have a rethink. The Asian and Middle East countries, statistics have shown that the free zones have contributed more than 30% of the GDP. We hope that will be translated into the Nigerian economy too in the future.